to Keith Yeary. He's a musician, as you can see, and a darn good one at that. Get him alone with his guitar and he can play almost anything. But Keith isn't alone. He makes music with the group they call the Yearys and Friends. This is Keith's wife, Tina. She's part of the group. She sings and does some percussion. And although he won't tell you this because he's a shy kind of fellow, Keith is, well, sort of the boss.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, and...
And although you wouldn't know it to look at him now, 16 years ago, as of this shoot, Keith died.
Apparently I had a heart attack. I had 2 of them, actually, and 2 episodes at the house where I just kind of, I guess the doctor told me that my heart just stopped and I was dead. Freaked my friends out. Boy, I'll tell you what, that's a conversation killer right there. If you want to just stop the party, it was like a tunnel. It was like just, and I guess it was probably when I was going out. It was just like everything started to shrink and go into this little nothingness. Boom, and it was blank, and it was dark. And that was all I remember, truly, until I came around. And then it was like almost like the opposite. It was just like, boom. And then
his doctor told him he'd experienced a sudden death episode. The following day, he had double bypass surgery. Now, at age 58, Keith has been playing guitar for a long time. He's had a group or 2 along the way, as you might expect. But now, instead of rock and roll, he concentrates on music for the church. A complete departure from those days before into loud rock and roll, the drug scene, and the hard living that goes with it. And somewhere along the way, on one particular night...
One night I came home and I'd been drinking. And I was on the couch, and it was early, and there was a Billy Graham crusade on television. And normally, I would have immediately just flipped the channel, turned it off. But this time I sat there and I watched. And that was the point. And I couldn't tell you what he said. You know, I couldn't tell you what he was preaching about that night or whatever. But it was that night that I truly decided that I was going to, you know, I wanted to change my life. You know, I knew there was something more out there, and I knew God was the answer. And I can't explain it any more than that. I don't know why I chased, but it was like I started running after him. I don't know, something changed. I mean, and it changed instantly, and it was miraculous. I felt alive.
So we're looking at a changed man, changed by a single experience, changed by the idea that, as Keith puts it, God is everywhere.
You know, as I got older, I became acutely aware of God, you know, and but after the episodes that I had and ended up in the hospital, you know, we got to know each other quite a bit better. Now I take it that God wasn't finished with me.
Thank you so much, Keith, for sharing your story with us. And thank you for joining us in the New Life Friendship Project.